Have you ever wondered what it would actually feel like to stand face to face with a creature that has ruled its island for millions of years? Forget lions. Forget sharks. The world's largest lizard might just be nature's most efficient killer. This is the Komodo dragon, a predator so powerful that animals several times its size can end up as its next meal. Nothing this animal does is random. Every movement is calculated, every hunt is patient, and every attack is built to end just one way. Komodo dragons live on a handful of Indonesian islands, where they sit right at the top of the food chain. An adult can stretch past 3 meters and tip the scales at over 70 kilograms. But size isn't really its main weapon. At first glance, it looks slow, almost lazy, content to lie in the tropical sun for hours on end. That's exactly the trap. Once the right moment comes, this giant lizard can explode into motion, closing the distance before its prey even understands what's happening. A muscular tail keeps it balanced mid-charge, while powerful legs drive it forward across rough terrain with startling force. Then comes the bite. For a long time, people assumed deadly bacteria living in the Komodo. Dragon's mouth were what actually killed its victims. Research has since told a different, more unsettling story. Komodo dragons carry venom glands that release toxins, capable of dropping blood pressure, blocking normal clotting, and pushing the animal into shock. Even prey that manages to break free rarely gets far. Blood loss and weakness usually finish the job. And the story doesn't stop there. Researchers have also found that Komodo dragons have teeth reinforced with iron. A thin iron coating keeps the cutting edges sharp, letting the dragon slice through tough hide and flesh with brutal efficiency. Sharp teeth, venom, raw power, and endless patience. That combination puts this reptile in a category almost nothing else alive today can match. Its sense of smell is just as remarkable. A constantly flicking tongue pulls scent particles from the air and carries them to a specialized organ inside its mouth, letting the dragon pick up the trail of an injured or dead animal from kilometers away. Even the faintest trace of blood becomes an unmistakable signal. Out here, nothing goes to waste. A Komodo dragon will eat deer, wild pigs, monkeys, smaller dragons, birds, eggs, even water buffalo many times its size. It scavenges just as readily as it hunts, feeding on carcasses other predators have left behind. When there's food on offer, one dragon can eat close to 80% of its own body weight in a single sitting. Watching one feed is honestly hard to believe. Massive chunks of meat vanish in minutes, thanks to powerful throat muscles and jaws, flexible enough to swallow pieces that look far too big to fit. Young Komodo dragons, though, live a completely different life. Since adults won't hesitate to eat smaller dragons, the young spend their early years up in the trees, hunting insects, birds, and small reptiles, until they're big enough to hold their own on the ground. For a Komodo dragon, survival starts on day one. With no natural predators on their home islands, adult Komodo dragons have ruled these ecosystems for thousands of generations. But despite that fearsome reputation, they're now facing a threat that can't be outrun or bitten back. Habitat loss, rising seas, and a changing climate are closing in on the limited islands they depend on. One of nature's most formidable predators may end up needing human help just to survive. So here's a question that still splits wildlife experts and animal lovers alike. Is the Komodo dragon a perfect killer because evolution built it that way? Or is it simply an opportunist that benefits more from fear and legend than from actual hunting skill? Let us know what you think in the comments. Does any predator truly deserve the title of nature's perfect killer? Or should that crown go to something else entirely?